Somebody sat me down and showed me where the lines were drawn in stone. I learned by stepping over them and finding myself alone. I trusted pride like kids, trusted speed more than truth. I thought being loud meant being right, back when I was young and bulletproof. I didn't listen when they warned me, didn't hear what I didn't want to know. I thought pain was for weaker men, something I'd never owe. But life has a way of collecting on every unpaid due. A man doesn't learn by being told, he learns by going through. I learned love isn't possession, doesn't bend because you try. I learned silence can be crueler than the harshest goodbye. I learned words don't disappear just because you wish they would. Some apologies arrive too late, even when the heart is good. I learned promises have weight to them, heavier than they appear. And walking away is easy until it costs you years. I learned pride keeps receipts, keeps score when nobody's around. And every shortcut I ever took still somehow slowed me down. A man learns the hard way, through scars he didn't plan, through nights that don't forgive you, and mirrors that finally understand. You can't outrun consequences, you can't bargain with time. A man learns the hard way when the truth stops being kind. I learned strength isn't shouting, doesn't need an audience. Sometimes it's staying when it hurts, sitting with the consequence. I learned control is fragile, breaks the moment you pretend. And the tightest grip you'll ever feel is fear dressed up as confidence. I learned fathers aren't perfect, they're just men with their own wars. I learned forgiveness isn't weakness, it's heavier than anger ever was before. I learned faith doesn't stop the fall, but it helps you stand back up. And hope shows up real quiet when you finally had enough. A man learns the hard way, not from books or signs, but from standing in the wreckage of his own cross line. You don't hear the lesson clearly till denial's out of the way. A man learns the hard way when there's no one left to blame. I learned the past doesn't vanish just because you change your pace. Some roads remember every step, every wrong turn you tried to erase. I learned healing isn't quick, doesn't follow your demand. It moves at the speed of honesty and how much truth you can stand. I learned habits have a voice, they know exactly when to speak. They wait until you're tired and worn and feeling small and weak. I learned temptation doesn't knock, it walks in like it belongs. And the cost of saying just this once is usually way too long. What if the hard way isn't punishment? What if how wisdom sticks? What if the pain is the price you pay so the lesson finally hits? What if grace does remove the scars but teaches you what they mean? What if the man you're becoming needs everything you've seen? Maybe growing up isn't losing hope, it's losing illusions instead. Maybe the hard way is the only way some truths ever get said. I learned humility doesn't arrive until pride wears thin. I learned peace doesn't come from winning, it comes from letting some things in. I learned being right can cost you more than being wrong ever could. And sometimes the bravest thing you do is admit you misunderstood. I learned you can't save everyone, you can barely save yourself. I learned help isn't weakness, it's just truth in someone else. I learned tomorrow isn't promised, but it still shows up if you're here. And every lesson I paid for made the next step clearer. I learned humility doesn't arrive until pride wears thin. I learned peace doesn't come from winning, it comes from letting some things in. I learned being right can cost you more than being wrong ever could. And sometimes the bravest thing you do is admit you misunderstood. I learned you can't save everyone, you can barely save yourself. I learned help isn't weakness, it's just truth in someone else. I learned tomorrow isn't promised, but it still shows up if you're here. And every lesson I paid for made the next step clearer. A man learns the hard way, but he learns it deep and true. Through every loss that carved him open, through everything he lived through. He doesn't brag about the lessons, doesn't wear them like a badge. A man learns the hard way, and it quietly shapes the man he is. If you learned it the hard way too, if life didn't pull its punches, you're not behind, you're becoming.